Hello, Kitty. How are you? Co słychać, mały? So, yesterday I arrived at this home or house where my friends work. And they do some buildings. Here's Honda undercover, and she's waiting.
I left Lesser Poland afternoon yesterday, heading south through Slovakia. I ran out of fuel and pulled over at the next exit. Within 10 minutes, a car stopped nearby. The plates were from my region. It was a group of guys from a village next to mine. They gave me a lift to the nearest gas station. I bought a bottle, filled it with fuel, and got lucky again. Road workers noticed me walking along the highway with that bottle. They drove me back to my bike, I filled the tank and kept going. Late at that night, I reached my friends in Austria. My destination was Dubrovnik, but I decided to stop and rest at my friend's house. They're friendly people, always hardworking and always ready to help. It was cold, about 9 degrees, but I was ready. Packed up, warmed up, ready to go. Before leaving, I rode to the construction site to say goodbye. Quick handshake, a few laughs, and I was back on the road. The next part was rough. 100 kilometers through fog and freezing air, -1 degree for the most of the trip. But in the morning, all those hardships were rewarded. I woke up in one of the most beautiful places I had ever slept. I had arrived here late at night, didn't have the time or the will to pitch the tent, and I don't regret it. Because what I saw then, and you see now, is incredible. Mountains behind me, the sea in front of me. Everything I could possibly need.
Okay, everything's clean. I left this place like it was a couple hours ago. So, let's trip.
The road is dry with perfect grip, the sun is shining, so let's go. Makarska isn't far from here. I'm planning to stop there. I will leave the bike and take a walk for a bit. The mountains in the distance look incredible. Feels like I'm getting closer and closer to them all the time. One moment they were far away, then suddenly right beside me again. finally arrived. There are no people around. On the way here, I didn't see a single motorcycle. Here, there are some parked scooters, but still no one around. It's the beginning of November after all. This place is impressive. Just a short walk and the view opens up. Islands in the distance and mountains behind me. Truly stunning. Poland is beautiful. My home is beautiful. But I have to admit, there's nothing quite like this. Mountains so close you could almost touch them. A forest at their feet. And beyond that, the sea. Beautiful. I walked down a narrow passage and reached the harbor. Silence, peace, no tourists, no movement. Boats moored, gently rocking in the water. I think I chose the perfect time to visit the south. Time to move on. I really feel like taking a swim, but not here. The beach is too hard to reach by bike. I will ride a bit further and see what I can find. Didn't go far. Near to Chepi, I spotted a small road leading down to the beach. No tourists, no noise, just the road, the sun, the beach, and also me. A few cars parked near some houses. Looks like people live here mostly in the summer. The locals just don't go outside much this time of year. Maybe it's too cold for them. For me, definitely not. Looks so good. And so clean. I had to go into the water. It was too tempting. Feels warmer than it is. Not that bad actually, and it felt amazing. Exactly what I needed. Back on the road and quick refuel at a small gas station. There are not so many of them here. With a full tank of fuel, I could continue my journey along the coast. The road climbed higher and higher into the hills. From the top, a breathtaking view, the river, the sky, and somewhere far away, tiny islands floating on the horizon. It makes you feel like you're somewhere outside of reality. I think I will ride around here a bit longer. I really love these roads. A short stop, one last look at the fields below. So many of them. Didn't expect that here, it surprised me. Now I'm heading back to the coastal road. There's still plenty of daylight ahead, and I want to reach the border before evening. I managed to cross the border. I was getting closer and closer to Dubrovnik. Just had to pass that short Bosnian stretch, and then something unexpected happened.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Later, watching the footage, I realized I had gotten distracted, starting at the one of the mountains. Then my eyes caught the gas prices on a sign. I didn't notice when the car in front of me slowed down to turn into a gas station. And it ended the way it ended. I was taken away by ambulance to the nearest hospital. Before that, I lost my sight for almost 10 minutes, probably just a blood pressure spike. I was released from the hospital later that day. My motorcycle had been taken by a nearby mechanic. He let me stay at his place. Not for free, of course, but fair enough. I woke up in a lot of pain. It turned out that during the crash, I had hit the fuel tank, and the rest of the impact, when I hit the ground, went straight into my right side. My arm, my hip, my leg, all bruised, covered in shades of blue and purple. Luckily, no fractures. I checked the bike. All the damage looked serious, but not beyond repair. The radiator was cracked, front wheel bent, brake disc torn apart. If I were in Poland, I would probably rebuild it. The impact was hard, but as you can see in the video, I slightly turned the handlebars just before it. That saved me. and the heart of the Honda still beating. Unbreakable.
That's it. I'm in Neum. I sold my bike for 200 euros. I paid 100 for transport it and for sleeping tonight. Now it's time to go to Poland. I have a bus in 30 minutes from Neum to Metkovic, and then I will go from Metkovic to Austria. So this is the worst year of my life. It started badly and it's ending badly.
A mechanic took me to the bus, then the bus to Metkovic. I left my luggage at a small restaurant and decided to take a walk. My body hurt, but I didn't just want to sit and think. I needed to move. I had 8 hours before my bus, so I climbed a nearby hill. At the top, a cemetery. Not the most cheerful place, but maybe exactly what I needed. It made me think a lot. On the way back, I saw another Honda VFR, a newer model. Maybe a sign? I don't know, but honestly, I liked mine more.
I Rudo, idę sobie po drodze. Co tu mamy?
Finally, I boarded the bus to Zadar. From there, another one to Austria. By then I was exhausted, carrying everything I had taken from the bike. Tired, sore, worn out, but still hoping to get home. I spent 6 hours outside the shopping mall. Couldn't go in. Pandemic rules at the time. It wasn't warm, but I layered up and somehow managed. I still had to find a way to get back to Poland. There was no chance of catching a bus that day. It was Sunday. Fortunately, I found a post from a guy who was driving back to Silesia, to Żywiec, and he gave me a ride. My friend came to pick me up. The last part of the journey was in my own car. And that's how one of my many journeys ended. Not exactly how I planned, but that's life. I didn't give up that day, and I haven't since.